Leave behind everything you fear. There's a life source in the heart of the mountain. It will guide you to the place you call home.
Lately I've been watching you close. We've been talking a lot and we both are running weak, trying to keep this all from falling back. Letting life roll, trying to let go, and I know for a fact I love you, bigger than the sea. I love you, better than my coffee in the morning. I love you, wider than a river, bigger than the sea, larger than the sky, higher than fever. Lately we've been losing ourselves, are we? We tried but can't make it over this bridge, and time will tell. Why the hell is this so difficult? If we love so, don't wanna let go, and I just know for a fact I love you, bigger than the sea. I love you, better than my coffee in the morning. I love you, wider than a river, bigger than the sea, larger than the sky, higher than fever. Higher than fever. Higher than fever. Thinking of our past, did we do all that we can? Could we change the way this ends? Paint it over. Don't wanna let go, don't wanna let go. It hurts so bad, how can I do so? Don't wanna let go, don't wanna let go. And I know, I know, I know I love you, Is it too good to be true? I want this so much, but don't know if I can trust you. My mind's racing fast, trying to find the red flags I'm used to. All these green lights, are they coming too soon? Caught between red and the green and you. I'm stuck in the blue. You value how I'm feeling. How do you have so much time? Been searching for a reason for why you'd love a chick design. Aren't you listening to me now? Screamed all my secrets, why don't you leave them? Ooh. Is it too good to be true? I want this so much, but don't know if I can trust you. My mind's racing fast, trying to find the red flags I'm used to. All these green lights, are they coming too soon? Caught between red and the green and you. I'm stuck in the tell me that I owe you. Don't you need to refuel? The safety when I hold you. You know exactly what to do. Did you fall out of the heavens or crawl up from under? I can't help but wonder. Ooh, oh, is it too good to be true? I want this so much, but don't know if I can trust you. My mind's racing fast, trying to find the red flags I'm used to. All these green lights, are they coming too soon? Caught between red and...
Hello and welcome back to the studio of artort.tv, and streaming is always busy business. And today it's like a little bit crazy, but we will manage it, and I'm happy that you are watching us, and wherever you are, and if you have the possibility to join us during the show, you can do this on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter and Twitch. So if you write there comments or your questions to our guests, you're welcome in the show and you can participate. But what is the name of this show? Hi, Ludwig. Oh, you're looking crisp.
Oh,
Hi.
how come? I don't know.
Yeah, what
What's
happened?
the reason?
What happened with your... But I have some ideas what we can change. Hi, Gamu. Look how crisp the picture of Gamu is. Gamu.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. And you see, Ludwig needs some technical help. maybe he has to reset his internet. I don't know.
Yeah. I think we both have the same problem today, right? But at least you managed to be here this evening.
Yeah, and this evening is Zimbabwe evening, your country. Can you tell us? Can you tell us why?
Because there are two incredible men who are joining us tonight, and I can't wait to meet them. This is actually going to be my first time meeting them. So I'm just looking forward to having Prayer and Mr. Chikukwa here tonight.
Yeah, both are. We are waiting for them because the internet connections are not yet built. So, Ludwig, these two persons, PrayerSoul, we know the musicians we had in our first show 1 week ago. Then Rapahael Chikukwa. He is. Yeah. Can you say something about him?
Well, he's texting me that the internet also in South Africa is hanging, and he's sure the internet keeps going down. So maybe we'll miss him tonight because of internet in South Africa. So we'll see what happens, but yeah.
But we never give up. Oh, we wait.
Never give up.
And to all the people out there, and you can still join this show. You see there, you have the possibility to write comments, and if you like, you can also call us here in the show. And maybe there's someone from Zimbabwe as well who wants to tell us what is the greatest gift he is bringing from South Africa, from Zimbabwe to Europe, or wherever you live. And till we are managing these technical problems, look, there's an empty space. We are waiting for Rapahael. My both co-hosts. What we can say about Zimbabwe at the moment? Gamo, you are expert. How is the situation in Zimbabwe? Can you say something about, especially because of the pandemic? How is the situation over there?
This week, I still have to ask people who are in Zimbabwe, but to my knowledge, I think everything is normal and people have gone back to their normal daily lives. I'm not sure about the curfews because there was a time when there was a 9 o'clock curfew and people were just asked to walk around with their masks and just to maintain social distancing. So I believe that's still the situation and people are trying to make a living as they always do.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday we had guests from Ecuador and also from South Africa, Pretoria, and the difference between Africa and Ecuador in Latin America was in Ecuador you don't have any help from the government. Do you know anything about the situation in Zimbabwe? Do they have help during this pandemic? And have you heard anything about the vaccination or program? Is there any? Because we heard there's not enough vaccination for Africa.
Yeah, I think that's the problem that we currently have, right? That there isn't enough vaccination in Africa. But I had a conversation with my grandfather the last time and he was vaccinated and he was so thrilled about it because for him, it means a lot that he can just move around without having any worries. But that's as far as I know, and that there are still shortages and a lot of people are still to get it.
And Ludwig was trying to connect himself better. Maybe I have some pictures of you. Yeah, very handsome pictures. And,
I try the next thing. I unplug the internet and then try.
Maybe it's better to do that. Don't tell us the name of the company you are connected to.
No, I'm not saying it's telecom. No.
No, don't say it. It is a telecom line.
Yeah. See you.
Yeah.
See you.
Yeah. See you soon.
All right. See you soon.
Yeah. And he's gone. Yeah. And Gamu, your grandfather has now his first vaccination, and so we are happy with him. And can you tell us the other situations around your your area where you're from, how the people are?
Okay, Okay, so I come from Harare, that's the capital city of Zimbabwe, and I grew up in Glenora. And Glenora is an interesting place because I don't know if you're familiar with the word ghetto or the ghetto places.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you meet a lot of interesting people every day. It's always the case that you go out and then you have conversations with different kinds of people, which is also one thing I miss a lot about Zimbabwe, just meeting different people and having conversations about them. The funny thing is also that everyone is trying to make a living. A lot of people are talented and they're doing what they can to actually do something with their talents and do, something with what they have to make a living. And in as much as we don't have a lot, in as much as a lot of families are struggling economically, it's funny that everyone is always happy. So everyone is smiling, everyone is happy despite the challenges that we might be having every day. So that's what I can say about Glenora. It's like I can't wait to go back to just meet my old friends who are still there and just have conversations with people. It's just like I grew up in a family. And even though we are just strangers, we're coming from different backgrounds and different circumstances. When we meet, we don't even realize or recognize those differences. We are just a family. We are all happy, and we help each other in any way that we can.
That sounds great, and help. Ludwig needs help, Rapahael needs help, and PrayerSoul needs help too. So I do everything in the background to help them to join us here in the show. And I see your internet connection is as well a little bit rookelig.
Yeah.
And Gamo, you are also in the team of coaches of the moving school team during this Berlin Design Week we are belonging to. And can you tell us something the last days? What have you done and what have you connected? Was there something you learned or you can help people?
Yeah, that's right. So I think, as you know, I'm currently focusing on women empowerment coaching. So I have 3 coaches that signed up for Berlin Design Week. And up to now, I just managed to have 1 session. The other 2 are this weekend on Saturday and then Sunday. But my experience so far with coaching in general, because most of my coaching comes from moving school anyways, I've just learned a lot about people and the fact that people are coming from different areas. We're coming from different backgrounds. We have different circumstances, but we all have dreams and certain things that we want to achieve. And in most cases, we don't trust ourselves enough to go forward with those dreams and those aspirations because there are certain things holding us back. And that has always been my thing, that sometimes I want to do certain things with people, but I always have this limiting beliefs. And I'm always asking myself, should I do this? Can I do this? What will people say? Those kind of questions. And what I realize is the more I ask myself those questions, I'm not actually doing anything or moving forward. So this is also what motivated me to go into coaching. So having conversations with different women, it's just like, we realize that we are in this together. It's not just that, you're fighting on your own, you're alone. It has showed me that we are all in this together and we can actually do something big if we come together and help one another. And I think this is something that we can also change as a society, because it's always like, we are just on our own sometimes trying to do our own things, trying to reach our goals, and we're not reaching out to other people, or we're not asking for help, and then we end up failing, we end up feeling pressurized, we end up demotivated. So that has been my experience so far, and I'm still learning. And I just graduated as a coach, so I still have a lot to learn about dealing with people, communication, the art of listening. I think that's exactly, I think that's what I've also struggled with for a very long time, even in my personal relationships, that, listening, communicating, how can you effectively do that? So I constantly learn, and through coaching, I'm learning that every day.
That sounds great. Can you tell us a little bit about the women who are contacting you? What kind of projects, ideas they are following?
Yeah, so the 3 that I have right now, what I can say is they're freelancers. So they are just starting up as freelancers. They're just starting to do their own thing. And it's always the limiting beliefs that I talked about, that sometimes they have different projects that they want to bring out, but they don't trust themselves enough. And I also have one yoga teacher, and she's also focusing on empowering the Black community. And she's doing that through yoga and wellness. And the other one is a student who's also fighting with parents because they don't allow her to do what she wants to do, and she can't study what's on her heart because they probably think it's not going to give her enough money. So it's always, that's a very funny thing, because most people I talk to have this problem, that they're always fighting with their, be it family, be it, parents, that they want to do certain things, but their parents think is not right for them. So that's what I'm currently dealing with.
And do you think women have more borders to climb to go in a business? Usually they are not seen in from their families, or?
Yeah, that's right. I think there's still a lot of work to be done, but judging from maybe 10 years ago, I would say that we have managed to do a lot. There's still a lot to be done, but we are getting there. There has been progress, in terms of women becoming independent and doing their own things and starting up businesses, or be in fields that were generally not meant for women, if I can put it that way, or exactly, or in fields that were not normally for women. But there are also certain things that are just like, that come in the way, the roles that they have to carry, and families, having kids and having to take care of those kids, and all of these things come into play. But I'm very much confident that maybe by the time we're in 2030, there will be more and more women in front.
Sounds great. And so we bring back Ludwig, and he's here. Look how great. We only have to say the company he is streaming with, and everything is fine. And Ludwig, maybe we are talking about the moving school coaching possibilities on the Berlin Design Week this week. Maybe we can round up this a little bit by saying how people who are interested in what they can do, what you can offer for them.
Yeah, so we created this really great expert coaching team from different countries, different languages, and different professions. So kind of Berlin Design Week is our start as a team, and on their website you can find us under Moving School Coaching Team. I think you go to the speaker press there, and then you see Moving School Coaching Team, and then you see the different people, what they do, what their field of expertise is, and then you can book 20 minutes free spots there. Sometimes a little difficult to find, but it's worth it to come to know somebody, or if you always thought of coaching but maybe a little bit afraid, or you don't know what's going to happen there. It's just free. You don't lose any money to connect with somebody, and maybe even in your mother tongue, and talk to them, see how it works for you. I think that nowadays the offer of coaches are really overwhelming, and the same as in like therapy or counseling, it's always difficult to find the right one who is working, for you, and also a good one. So like in every profession, you have people who are more or less good educated, who do their job more or less good, and I hope you get really the best. And I'm convinced like that in our team, they're really good and sound people with experience in their job and also experience as coaches.
Great. And so the next day till Sunday, you have the opportunity to join these coaches. it's a fast coaching, yeah, because it's always in such time slots. And is there an offering from Moving School after the Berlin Design Week, especially when you say you have the possibility there, people in their mother tongue, in their mother language can have different coaches. So which language do you have in the team?
Yeah, Gamo, what's your? Maybe you can explain in your mother tongue what you talk. What kind of language are you talking?
Exactly. My mother language is Shona. So I'm doing my coaching in Shona, English, and German. You would like me to say that in Shona right now, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah, just to hear the sound.
Okay. Saka inini ndiri coach ndinobatsira vakadzi ndinokocha nemoving school and ndagara nemoving school kwegore and ndinobatsira vakadzi vanoda kuita zvinhu mukati meupenyu hwavo.
Yeah, you see, this is totally clear, and I think for people who talk Shona, because I was counseling for many years in university international students, and for them it's mostly their second language or third language, if they talk German or even if they talk English, and if it comes to matters of the heart, matters of feeling, it's really difficult to express it in a foreign language, because maybe you really haven't got the vocabulary and you can't be as precise as in your mother tongue. So that's why it's good to find one, or if you have a second good language, it can also work. So we have English, German, also Greek. There's a Greek counselor. I think Shona, French. I'm not sure, but yeah. So just look it up and try it out. It's worthwhile.
Okay, I was looking to Zimbabwe. We don't have connection at the moment to our two guests, but maybe we can interrupt this discussion for a moment, because we have music here tonight, because PrayerSoul, if he's joining later to this show, we can see him singing in a video. Maybe this is a very nice impression of his great voice and understanding of as a musician, and maybe we can hear it again in your beautiful language, Gamu. The song is called Uksholo. There's a cat here. I don't know where it's coming from. Uksholo. I don't know what does it mean. Uxolo. What does it mean?
Is that Ndebele? It
Yes.
could be that Ndebele. I unfortunately I don't speak Ndebele. It's I only understand and speak Shona very well.
But maybe you can present this song now, and then we can listen to it. And I hope during the song I can reach Zimbabwe and take our guests into the show.
All right, so I'll try to present the song in Shona. Panguva inotaura kunzwa mumanzi unobva kune muimbi wedu wekuZimbabwe PrayerSoul. Saka kamurikwese ikoko.
I am PrayerSoul, and this song is called Uxolo. It's a song about forgiveness, and this is how you apologize to a woman. Tino, let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. I don't even know what got into me last night. All I remember is that we had a fight. Baby, I'm sorry. I said some things, you said some things too. We both said things that we shouldn't have said, especially me. Oh, My mind is all over, 'cause I don't know what I would do if I ain't got you. My mind is all over, 'cause I don't know what I would do if I ain't got you. So baby, please give me another chance. We could never be just friends, baby. Baby, please give me another chance. Oh, never be just friends. Oh, yeah. I don't know why I say or do these things. I could almost jeopardize everything. Yeah. Baby, I'm sorry. Must be all this passion that we feel inside. We really need to learn to say things right, yeah. Especially me. Oh Lord, my mind is all over, 'cause I don't know what I would do if I ain't got you. Oh Lord, my mind is all over, 'cause I don't know what I would do if I ain't got you. So baby, please give me another chance. Oh, never be just friends. Baby, please give me another chance. Yeah, never be just friends. So this is how you apologize to a woman. You hold both her hands, look it in the eyes, and then over and baguti. I'm sorry, forgive me, Belupolo. It's my fault. I shouldn't have shouted like I did. Shouldn't have said it like I did. I'm sorry, forgive me, baby. Belupolo. It's my fault. I'll learn to say it better next time. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Wow. Yeah, what a great voice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's perfect. I think from my side, it's just apology accepted without thinking about it, if the apology comes off that way.
Yeah. And PrayerSoul last week on Thursday, he was here in the show and he was performing live. And maybe he's not in the show tonight. We are waiting, still waiting, but maybe we can pick him up. And Ludwig is frozen. Look.
Yeah.
But it's handsome, isn't he?
He is. That's class, right?
Yeah.
That's his advantage there.
Yeah. So I don't know where this cat is coming from. Yeah, it's just in the office at the moment. So he said he's Socke the cat. So.
Aha. Okay. Oh, it's a he. What's his name?
Socke, like socks.
Aha.
Socke. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you met PrayerSoul? Have you met PrayerSoul once?
The funny thing is, PrayerSoul performed this one time when I was still in high school. So he came to my high school and he performed, and it was just an incredible performance. And I was so looking forward to meeting him tonight, because it was going to be my first time meeting him officially when he's not on stage. Unfortunately, this didn't happen, but yeah, I think he was also at Goethe Institute when I was still doing my A1 German language. So I would just see PrayerSoul come in and go, but I haven't officially met him.
Okay. My goodness.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I was checking during the song, I was checking the internet connections here as well. And it's all the
low.
incoming streams are low. So
can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah, I mean, there's thunder and storms all over Germany, so maybe that's a reason for that. I don't know.
Oh, that's nice, oh, flashes and. But
I don't know if Roberta is amongst our listeners, because she is the agent of PrayerSoul,
okay,
Roberta Wagner, with her Ant House production. That's called, and she lived for 20 years in Africa, was director of Goethe Institute in Uganda and Zimbabwe, and now is her own office as an agent. And she came back because of COVID to Germany, to Kassel. She's a neighbor now, and I think it was last year or 2 years ago, PrayerSoul was traveling Germany. And I listened to him in the concert, and yes, we listened to her like some days before. She just spontaneously joined him in a concert. It was really fun, and he's really the guy who brings an audience to laugh and have a good time, atmosphere. Very positive man, very engaging. It's a shame, but Rapahael texting me that the internet is normal, but not normal at all. So probably it's not enough energy to get here.
Oh, so we will wait. Maybe we have some guests from some reactions out there. If you like to join us during this show, you can do this on all these platforms and write down your ideas, comments, and if you like, you can also ring.
Yeah.
Hello.
Newest edition.
There's nobody.
Latest iPhone.
This is the news. The iPhone 15. But don't tell anybody out there.
Yeah, you're the only one with it, right?
Well, I think, like, for the audience, it's your chance to ask any question you want, and we will answer it. So, I mean, why don't you write a question and you get the answer of your life? So it's now really the time,
Yeah. The questions we always have is how will this year develop? Because now we are in the June, so not the half of the year is over. 2020 was a very bizarre year, and now in Europe we have that feelings the pandemic is over, but it's crazy not, because there's not enough vaccination at the moment. But it feels like, and we hear it from you, Gamu, in Africa, it's a little different. But I'm always clear that after such a crazy time with a lot of pain and losses, there's something new will come, a silver line. I can feel it, and this is something maybe moving school and a new education and coaching the people need, a new thinking and a new developing. So what do you think, where are the next months going with moving school?
Who do you ask?
Who wants to answer? If you are out there and you want to answer this question or another one, okay, go on.
Yeah, I think I'll go for it. I always say this to myself, that 2020 was a very difficult year for all of us, myself included. But one thing that came out of it was me being a part of moving school, and just understanding, the initiative on its own, what they're trying to do, the aim, and the way that it's diversified. I think that's the future that we are all asking for, right? That, with globalization and everything that is happening, that people are moving from one place to the other, there is need for us to just work together regardless of where you're coming from and what your background is like. And this is the story that moving school tells. And it's always something beautiful that comes from, different ideas and different minds and different cultures coming together. So I think for moving school, the past days also with Berlin Design Week, we have been able to meet different people, create new contacts, and I think the future looks like more and more people working together, and hopefully one day we can all move around the world as Moving School. I think we would love to see Moving School Zimbabwe one day. And we would also love to go to Zimbabwe as Moving School and just learn about the country, the culture, and after Zimbabwe, maybe other countries as well.
Yeah, great. And Ludwig, that sounds like a motivation, a woman power motivation to go to Zimbabwe with Moving School. And yeah, you can totally agree, don't you?
Yes. I mean, anyway, traveling is, mind opener. I mean, the old generations before us, they knew, like in Europe, we Germans, like uneducated, not high culture. I mean, we traveled to Italy, for instance, and Greece, learned from them, from their high culture. And so I think nowadays, even like when you go around to another country, you have to speak a different language, or you just see different customs. You understand that we are not equal. We belong to one humankind, but we have different history, different customs, different way of thinkings. But in our world, it's important to understand that and work with it in a way. So Moving School is, we really, from the beginning, try to get really a mixture of people, from all kinds of parts of the world and cultures and languages, to train that, because it's always like a lot of things you learn by experience. You can read a book about cross-cultural communication, but when you're really stuck in one with the person and you feel your emotions because you think, why is he not understanding me, this bloody guy, that's a different way of learning than just reading about it. And also to solve conflict, in a team and go forward. So that's why our subtitle is Learning from the Future, which means we look at the future from what we can imagine, also scientifically from futurists, as we were told some days ago, and know what kind of skills are really needed. And like the World Trade Organization or such bodies, you can Google it, what they think is needed in the future, and it is creativity, it's to be flexible, it's to be able to work in teams, it's also the ability to get new content, learn new content by yourself, because when we are out of school, learning doesn't end, And why is that? Because situations are changing so fast today, and the digitalization will rob many jobs, bring also new jobs. But some scientists say we probably will not work in the same job our whole life, as like my father did. He was always in the post office. But nowadays,
the people from the post office are they build up the internet lines in Germany, don't they? Maybe
not any longer.
Something went wrong in your area.
You are not informed, dear Stefan.
It was Mannesmann, I know.
At his No, at his time, you see the post office. Everybody was a civil servant of the government. Also, telephone was high. Belongs to the high responsibilities of the state, and then we had a time of privatization of these companies, and for the workers, it was not a good way to do. I see that my father was really when the first people came in to measure how much time a postal worker needs to deliver his parcel, that was his department. All these cars, going out in a certain quarter and then delivering parcels. At the time, it started that somebody went with them with a clock, and each step, each pause was recorded, and through they try to make it more efficient, or save money. But what happens was that all this social connection you have as a postal worker, if you go in the shops every day, or to a person maybe lives alone, and gets any insights what's happening in this household, maybe can ask for help, so like this, the social connection was lost through this privatization.
Okay, the social connection is not lost. We lost the connection to Zimbabwe at the moment. We are waiting for our guests, Rapahael Chikukwa and PrayerSoul, but they are not here. Only Socke is here at the moment. He's I'm sure he wants to leave now, but don't leave. Leave a comment maybe underneath YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch. And if you have any questions to our guests or to both hosts from Moving School, Dr. Ludwig Müller or Gamu Makwenzi, please write down in the comments. I have a question to you, Gamu. When you hear this slogan, learning from the future, from Moving School, be positive, really positive, and you are such a positive person. And what do you think will be the woman's future in this future? In this scenario.
Like I said, I believe that in the future, more and more women will be coming forward, right, with their ideas and becoming more and more confident and not having to fight for certain things in society. I also believe that a lot of young girls will be very educated, because I believe this is also a problem in some parts of the world, that the girl child is exposed to certain things like, early marriages. We still have places where this is a problem. Parents not being able to pay school fees, or the girl child is not prioritized as the boy child. So I see a lot of people engaging themselves with these topics and trying as much as they can to make sure that the girls also get an equal chance and the same chance that the boys are still getting in places where this is a problem. And I just believe that more and more women will be educated and will be able to make decisions where they are concerned.
That sounds good. And Ludwig, lots of women are working, or they are inside of Moving School and in these different organizations. Is this next step? It's so important that you have so many women power in this kind of organizations.
What do you mean exactly?
Yeah, why there are so many new skills you are teaching? Yeah, and is this one of this way we have to go to help more and more women to find their own businesses, new ideas, and so?
Well, I mean, maybe we should ask them, Gamu, why the women are working with us. I could guess, like, if you not feel comfortable in a team or group, you would leave, because so far Moving School or team is not paid. Yeah, we are kind of a club in a German Verein, so it's voluntary work at first. this last year we received our first sponsoring from a company, and to be able to do some workshops and get our atelier for social catwalk going, to buy machines and material. But all these women are there, obviously, because they feel respected, and also that they can take responsibility for their part, what they like to do. And that's at the, it's a very focus of what we try to do, that people can discover their potential and talents. Because many people say, I don't know what I can do, what I'm able to do. And sadly enough, many women have a low self-confidence. Gamo, please correct me if I say something wrong about you girls. But it's part of upbringing or society or whatever. That's and men are usually, can I knock down 10 or 20 men? But women are, and that's a shame, because we lose so much of their talents and gifts. So so in a way, moving school is like a lab where you can test yourself in a appreciative atmosphere, without somebody laughing at me if I do something wrong or weird or so. And that's what we need more and more, because in schools or universities, people maybe not free to explore things because they fear the comments of their colleagues or of the professor.
Okay, I'm sure near Ludwig is a thunder or something. The connection, but it's more like a podcast tonight, and we apologize this, and we hope everything you can listen and follow us well. And
Action.
We lost you, Ludwig. Okay, the last two sentences we didn't get.
I think.
But
men as well, of course.
It was a good ending.
I mean, men also have, don't have enough self-esteem and struggling with self-worth and all these things. And I think this is today. It's a big problem for people. If you not feel, or you don't have this kind of self-love, you compare yourself a lot with others, and Instagram, social media is really, in that sense, a big problem, and that's also scientifically proven. If you watch more than a half an hour social media, you get a bad mood, because there are all these great lives, sitting on the pool, drinking a cocktail, having these nice faces. I mean, then you think, who am I, So to have this pride, I'm really unique. Nobody else is like me. That could be an attitude we should have, But and that's something to learn, of course. What do you think, Amu?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I agree with you, Ludwig, on that. And I think for me, this has been the greatest thing that I learned right from moving school, to just be myself and understand that I'm a different person and I'm different to everyone else around me. Even my path is different. The things that I have to do are different from the things that my friend have to do. The struggles, the challenges that I have are different from the struggles and the challenges that they have. And I think it's about time that we also understand and accept that, because we just live in a society where everything has to be perfect, right? You have to have the perfect looks, you have to have the perfect body, you have to have the perfect life. And what we tend to forget is that perfection doesn't exist. So it's always the case that we have to learn, right, about ourselves and really understand that you can never be perfect. You constantly learn, you constantly evolve. But the most important thing is understanding who you are, where you're coming from, and where you're going. And so I think, yeah, I agree with Ludwig. I think it's not only a women problem, like you said. I was having this conversation as well with one of the coaches that I learned with, that we are saying women empowerment and stuff. Men need empowerment too, but it's just that sometimes they may not trust themselves to talk about certain issues that affect them. Because according to society, a man is supposed to be confident. He's supposed to be the one who is strong enough not to cry. And this is very detrimental to their health. And it's also a mental health issue that we have to really talk about. So I totally agree with Ludwig, and I just hope and pray that with Moving School we can be able to reach more and more people and help people understand that.
And in this case, what does the situation in your country or in these different countries affecting this development? Because it's the role of the women are so different in Europe. Yeah, if you look into different countries in Europe, the role of the women are so different either. And how is it to other continents? Have you made any things in that?
Yeah, I think it is, far as I'm concerned, with social media, I think everything is becoming the same in every part of the world, that everything has become fake. And, we want material things, and sometimes we tend to lose our focus because of these things. So I think it has really affected, because a lot of people are now focusing on, certain things and not focusing on the process. So it's like myself, for example, I've always struggled with, coming to Germany, for instance, and I'm like, I have to go through the whole process of, being in the society and then studying for a lot of years, whereas maybe someone is already working and making money and they're traveling the world, going everywhere they want. So, it's also because of social media, right, that I was doing all these things. And there was a time where I used to forget that, what, I need to focus on my education, because that's the thing that's going to get me where I want. So I think this is also the case with a lot of girls and a lot of people. So we end up losing talent because people are not acquiring the skills that they need to, because they want to make money, or they want to look for ways to have that money to live the life today, not thinking about, okay, what will happen to me maybe 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now. So I think this is also something that will affect our future if we keep on focusing on certain things that satisfy us today and not really focusing on where am I going to be 2, 3, 4 years from now. So yeah, this is also a topic that we really need to concern ourselves with. How can we say, okay, we live in a world where everyone is expected to be perfect, everyone is expected to look like this. How can we say, no, this is not something that we should be focusing on. We should look for ways to actually impact the world, make change, and get the right education that we need.
Are there some ideas or coaching strategies to help people if they have such problems with because they are women, or because they are from this migration background, or maybe they have some situations where racism was a problem. Is there something you can help these people to overcome these maybe situations and learnings they were not so nice?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first step then will be identifying these things and these problems, right? And then after identifying them, asking the right questions about where they are coming from and how you can deal with them moving forward. And from there, then we focus on the self-awareness, understanding, knowing yourself in and out. And I think then the journey starts from there. Obviously, it's not going to be something that you start doing today and then tomorrow you're completely aware of, yourself, your surroundings, your environment. It's a journey, it's a process. And in our coaching, then we are there to support you and guide you throughout this process.
Okay. And now let's take a look into the internet, and I like to present a question. We were talking a few days ago. Maybe Ludwig, do you remember? It's from Lutz Freier, an artist from Dokumentarstadt in Kassel, and he's asking what do you think about everybody is an artist. We talked about Joseph Beuys. Maybe some people can see him here in this picture.
Yeah, I think what Beuys brought us back is the understanding that everyone is a creator. Yeah, this is not. It's not linked to a certain class of people. And of course, it depends on what you understand under creativity or the creation. But like now, look at Stefan. I mean, he's a simple guy, and but for like an hour, he's now dealing with this really tough situation. I mean, nobody's coming. He is really worried. I mean, now he's smiling, but in his heart is boiling. And, and then he brings questions, tries to, get the time over. I mean, this is creativity. I mean, you need to find a way out, create something new. So it's creativity is not just to get a piece of clay and make a pot out of it, a nice pot or a sculpture. It's also how there's this cat coming on the table. This is ridiculous. Right in the studio, and he keeps calm. Strokes and shows it to us. This is creative. So in that sense, everybody. In certain ways, like cooking or bringing the kids in a nice surrounding and bringing them up needs creativity, needs new steps. We have every parents are very creative. I just talked to a young father who is really kind of came into a crisis because his whole schedule turned around with this kid, So he needs a new way to deal with it. So, all in there is creativity. Artist, I think in a way it's also a definition, who sets the claims for that, where to make the boundary, and obviously right now, or also for many years, it's the market, who pushes people up to be the most expensive artist, and this is linked to people who have the money to push somebody, and maybe you have others who are not seen, but also good artists. So I think it's what to think about somebody who is like living from it professionally or doing it on the side. But this what makes an artist, which is creativity, is linked to everybody, I think.
Gamu, do you want to say something about this from Lutz Freier?
What can I say about this? I think from my side, I can say I think I am an artist of my life, and I think we are all artists of our lives because we're constantly painting our lives with our experiences and the things that we do every day and making it colorful that way. So in that sense, then everyone is an artist.
Great. And another artist is PrayerSoul, and he sent us another video, because we are still waiting to let him come to this show. He's trying also with Rapahael Chikukwa in Zimbabwe to join us. we are waiting, and we do everything we can do to bring them to the show tonight. So if you like, you can write down comments in these social media channels. And so after the next song from PrayerSoul, it's called Fix Me Monaco Session. We see you back with your questions. And if you like, also you can call into the show. And maybe later on our guests from Zimbabwe are here. Yeah, and enjoy this next song. Wait a moment. I said enjoy the song, and I didn't load it at the moment because it just came here.
Chat with the man in the mirror just the other day. Yeah, making sure everything between us is going okay. Said listen, life's not about wishing. Go out there and do your best. You got the shot, but don't miss it. If you don't change, then you're losing. So please fix me before it's 10 years from now and reality just hits me. Realize I could have been a better man, so please fix me before it's too late and I'm still trying to fix me, yeah. Imagine if your daughter fell for someone like you. Would you be blessed or blown away at why she would do this? Listen, life's not about wishing. Go out there, you got a shot, but don't miss it. 'Cause if you don't change, then you're losing. So please fix me before it's 10 years from now and reality just hits me. Realize I could have been a better man, so please fix me. It's too late and I'm still trying to fix me, fix me.
Fix me, and we trying to fix the Lions to Zimbabwe, and a huge big hug to PrayerSoul to Zimbabwe. And I'm not sure if we can manage it tonight, and sometimes we reach our borders or our
limits.
Our limits, and there is so many thunder in Europe and in Germany at the moment. So maybe we cannot come through. But we will stay a few minutes more, and Ludwig, and the next days are very interesting also here on the live stream. Can you tell us what will happen tomorrow and the next days during the Berlin Design Week?
Yeah, tomorrow Melodina Stevens is coming back. She's a professor of entrepreneurship. She's originally from India. She taught in Germany, in Karlsruhe, and now she's in Dubai. And we had her some days ago talking about entrepreneurship. So tomorrow and the following days, so for 3 days, we have kind of a subtitle of Moving Stories, which is called Courage and Hope. And we wanted to talk about these two words and concepts in that sense. You know, what kind of courage do we need in this time we are in our profession and life, and what is our hope for the time after? So I will talk with her about this on Saturday. I will give an impulse. I named it the Donut Dilemma.
It's getting sweet.
And I hope really to have also more talk with the audience. People are really shy these last days, but hopefully people. I want, like, towards the weekend, like Saturday and Sunday, I really would like to know also what people in the audience think, in which way they need courage these days, and what's their hope. So that's on Saturday to give an impulse. Then on Sunday, for a closing session, I have invited an interesting network from Greece in Kavala. This is near the Macedonian border, where the ancient Philippi was. So, you can see the historical sites there. And I went there some years ago doing workshops, and I met this amazing architect, Charalampos, who also was involved with some great building projects in Greece. And what I really liked is that he has a heart about this historic site, and he collected a lot of young people around him from different professions, similar to Moving School, and they're now working for this area to develop this historic site, and they delivered now a master plan to the community. So for me, it's an example of, what can we do if we work together, and if we, bring together different people, and they don't have much money, I guess, too, but they're doing something for their community. So it's as an example, for courage and hope. So, but I also want to name some really other good projects you can observe in the Berlin Design Week, because some of our team have done also projects there. So if you go on the website and, for instance, you search for Sabenas, she has done interviews with all sorts of famous designers, architects, educators, talking to them about future of education and design.
Around the globe, yeah, they're very important designers from everywhere in the world.
Yeah,
fascinating.
Amazing work. She talked, to them long time, but she cut them down to, 30 seconds, these interviews.
And one of my favorite projects, Social Catwalk.
The catwalk, yeah.
Our loved one, Zhang 13.
I know. Yeah. Social Catwalk. That's the name you find also on that site of Berlin Design Week. so towards the end, maybe I think Friday, he also will load up a lot of interviews and actions and what it is, to do slow fashion, upcycling fashion with students, refugees, people out of work, creating new great clothes or jewelry. He's there, yeah, with and with Gamu together.
We can, if you like, we take Chang.
Yeah, he can explain
into
himself.
Into this show if you both like.
That would be perfect. Actually.
Yeah, but Ludwig, you please send him the link, and then we can let him come to this show if he like. So, Zhang, if you like.
He wanted to announce it anyway. But before I do that, there are two others. This is Sylvia and Androniki, and they have this subject. They are architects of biophilic design. I haven't heard it before I met them, but it's really an interesting concept and trend, like to bring nature into the living room or into the housing, and why that is good and healthy. Because we always lived in green areas. That's where we kind of brought up evolutionary wise. And Sylvia has made a talk you can already see on YouTube and find it through the page. And also Androniki has uploaded today some content about the subject. Okay, then.
Yeah, you're trying to bring Zhang in our studio, and during that, I'm talking to Gamu.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gamu, a totally different show tonight, and just talking heads of the hosts, and things happened, but maybe we can bring Rapahael or PrayerSoul the next days into the show too. Do we see you again? I don't know at the moment. You're a very busy woman, don't you?
Yeah, you're going to see me on this weekend as well, Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to be there. So I think I just hope we can be able to bring them to the show. But I also liked the way we did the show today, because I just learned one or two things from our conversations. Trust me, I'm always learning.
Yeah, that's a nice slogan. Yeah. There are always nice slogans around this show. The last days I learned a lot here from all the different people from different continents. And yesterday it was a very interesting show because we had Sofia there from Quito in Ecuador. She's speaking Spanish, and then we found Susanna that she could translate from Spanish into German, and Ludwig was translating from German to English. So it was great. So this is something. This is the spirit I find here when in moving stories and moving school, and this is why we have so much fun during this week. And now it's our 7th show tonight. And okay, something can go wrong, but then we deal with it. And and so maybe we have a surprise in a few minutes. And maybe Chang is joining us. Globally together, polyglot items is beautiful.
That's right. I totally agree with Chang. I think that's the beauty of it. I watched yesterday's episode, I think just for a short time, and then I was just seeing, it was really fun to watch one person speak in this language and then the next is speaking in a totally different language. It's always nice to hear, and I love that. That's what I love about the diversity in moving school as well.
Yeah, and it was totally fascinating to see this, and because we have lots of people there watching, because they're not familiar maybe with English that well, and like me, and then they hear it in German, and also people who can have mother tongue in Spanish. They nice women from Quito, Ecuador, and her artwork was fascinating. Yeah. With chocolate, building sculptures and figures. Wow, great.
Yeah,
A huge.
that's great.
Yeah, we I'm sure we will see Sophia soon in this any kind of show, and we want to see what will develop there in Quito, and maybe she's coming over to Europe again, and is presenting some of her artworks. Chocolate artwork in Europe or in other continents of the moving world.
Right. Moving world.
Yeah.
Right. I just hope that next year Berlin Design Group will also be in Berlin. I think that would really be nice to have everyone in one place and really have this human contact.
Yeah, that would be great. Ludwig,
Chang is coming in. Probably he has to change his clothes or something and brush his hairs. But I mean, we give him some time. And I mean, yesterday when we had Sofia Carrasco, the reason was, when we listen to the news, we have the incident and the numbers who died and the numbers who recovered. These are all numbers. It comes not really close, but to show a single person how she's struggling in her country with her profession, which has no social net, no health insurance, and then you don't have any income. So what do you do? And that's true to many. And we just wanted to show that this pandemic and has also faces, it has hearts. That's sometimes what we miss when people have their maybe relatives or have lost themselves their jobs, but here in Germany also a lot of people are still in work and lucky, but many are not. So that was also a reason to invite her. Yeah, Chang, so what are you doing? You
but
you don't need to dress up. So,
no, I don't allow him not to look beautiful.
Oh,
it's not possible. So please take your time to prepare yourself. And he has the greatest studio from all coaches of.
But he dialed himself in. So Stefan, don't you let him in, or
maybe you send him the new link?
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't see him coming at the moment. So
no. That's when
he's telling look, I tried to check in and he's waiting.
Yeah. Waiting, but what is he waiting for?
I'm not getting you. Maybe. So, Ludwig, it's you gave him the right number. Then it's I don't know. I checked all the incoming streams at the moment. They are good. So normally Chang tried hang up and try it again. Okay, but there's something from Limbo Keys. Hey, we talked about Greece, so maybe it's Joseph Beuys is everywhere from. So what do you think about this? What he was writing? Ludwig, can you read it? Can you read it?
Oh, sorry. I'm
Yeah.
I'm just checked. If a human being is an artist, a freedom being called to participate in transforming, reshaping the conditions. Yeah, that's a quote from Joseph Beuys. Yeah, a freedom being called to participate in transforming. I mean, everyone. When people come together to do something, they reshape the conditions, thinking and structures that shape and inform our lives. I mean, our communal life is made by us. Even the things which are now maybe difficult structures or how our community life is organized. I mean, who did it? It were human beings before us. So there must be also a means to change it, to do it differently. And I think, like the young people from Fridays for Future have shown us that it's not a question of age. You can, if you start a movement, you can do something also over social media. But also people who are not seen. There's so many people who care for their loved ones. I mean, yesterday or the day before, we had Carolina here as a singer. She usually lives in Paris, but she went back to Geneva now, caring for her grandmother. So this is also changing society. It's contributing to it. So in that sense, we are all artists. That's what Beuys meant.
So I'm
Yeah,
not
Mr.
getting
Chang.
Chang in. As I'm
We
not-
have difficulties in all directions today. Calling, Mr.
and also is Sander stopping, please? what is going on outside? I check all the lines.
So everyone has something to drink next to him, or I mean,
I've only the cat water.
Oh, it looks like cachaça. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So our audience is maybe asleep. Maybe they're fallen asleep because nobody says something. Huh? What do you think? I mean, sometimes when I watch TV late at night, then I hear all these voices, and after a while,
Chang, that will be nice. That will be great, Chang. I will love it if we can check our telephone.
Show him the number. We have
Please
our first call in the studio.
You are the first one who wants to call. I don't know if it's working, so we can try it. Come, Chang.
Yeah.
Come, call in. This is the number.
Maybe I send you a photo of Chang and you can send it.
Yes, people. Chang. Oh, no, I have to wait till it's ringing.
Yeah, if you take it up, it can't ring.
I don't understand this old technique.
No, I mean, when I look TV at night and we have these voices talking, I fall
Oh my
asleep.
goodness! Hello, Chang. How are you?
Hello. Well, I just switched off your voice and on YouTube. Okay, so hello. Hi.
Hi.
It's strange to see you like in the picture. I see you like 5 minutes late or more minutes a shift, and then I have to talk. And it's so interesting. So
You're spontaneous queen, don't you?
Yeah. It's great to see you all three. I am very honored, and I watch as good as can, exactly on time. I shifted in front and forward and backwards. So maybe we need like a little bit space that this connection from satellite and universe can connect it like more parallel. So it cannot overlap. But nice to see you all of three. You're looking gorgeous, amazing.
Thank you. Especially Ludwig, he's morphing to his painting in the background. That's a special kind of filter. I don't know how it's called.
It's a beauty filter.
Representing the fashion team, I'm very proud of to see all the moving school and moving story and looking all in style. And that's what I think always for the future, that we become of the fashion moving school team all together.
Great. And what are your experience the last days of Berlin Design Week?
It was amazing because at the same time I had to do the social catwalk workshop anyway, and at the same time I asked all the students and colleagues and people to just give me an interview, and you're both Gamu and Ludwig already you're there, and I had a beautiful interview because Gamu and me, we had this idea to talk about cultural appropriation, and I just built in all the 13 questions because my name is Chan Breitchen, so that's that I just gave that, and it's all about social catwalk, and at the same time the experience with people this time slot, it was very short to talk with them, like it's 20 minutes, and I asked them to stay, and I shifted like very, it's like it was like very shifting all the time. So, and it's amazing to see in your show all the people. I really like the conversation and the mind and mindset that you're talking about design and all the surrounding circumstances. Now I give you the microphone. I'm sorry because I didn't have I see it everything later, a little bit later.
Yeah, this is how it this digital time is. We always talk. I don't know, not with the future, but we talk with the past. Yeah, it's always this delay we are dealing with.
Yeah.
Chang 13, what are you taking personally with you after this week? Is there some new ideas, some new friendships you made to people, maybe new projects you are thinking about? Because you are such a creative person, and you have always great ideas, and I'm sure such a week like the Berlin Design Week is doing a lot with you.
Thank you very much for the compliment. I will send you like the sign of a heart in different versions, and yes, it was for me a great chance to get every part of the team and plus the new designers or all the speakers. They gave me a lot of new new information, new feeling that we are working on something very beautiful for the future. And it became literally for myself personally that we are learning from the future when Ludwig always quote the moving school. And I see visually, well, online visually, and talking with all the teams was interesting. We became with a lot of new ideas how we can just, yes, Gamu is smiling. Yes, we had like just like 5 minute talk and it blew up in the 2 hours talk. Ludwig know that I'm talking, I came from the needles to, I don't know, building the houses because all of you just gave me this inspiration, motivation to believe in, and I emphasize once again this beautiful project is going to be soon. The Ludwig, you know what I mean? The courage and hope. I think this is mentally and something in the word so important what we need right now. And what I can say, I'm a little bit emotionally today because it's a month of pride, and at the same time, I had today in workshop it was like group talking, and at the same time, watching the interviews. I'm right now editing the interviews and all the materials from last 3-4 years. I get every time goosebumps. I still need some time to think about it, how we just built up this amazing experience with us.
Great.
So I can keep go on with talking, but I only can promise that I will just show you until Saturday the docu and the few parts and previews, teasing of the interviews. So watch out. Social Catwalk still loves you and believes in what we are going to do. Amen.
This is for you. Yeah, thank you. Gamu and Ludwig, any questions to Chang? Ludwig is frozen.
No question.
Okay, Chang, thank you for calling into the show. You're the first one who did it, and we enjoyed it. And thank you for your lovely
By the
words.
way, I have a last question.
Oh, yeah.
When will we see you? Because you are for me an anonymous, somebody is blew up in YouTube, and I get to know, and it's something I think I should get to know you soon as possible. And you are doing brilliant. So I would like to say them. Brilliant. Thank you, and thank you, Ludwig and Gamu, that you bring a lot of speakers and interesting person. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We met each other one day in the Krimwelt doing the social catwalk, but I'm always normally I'm always behind the camera, not in front of a camera. And if you want to be attractive, be shy. So I'm sure Moving Stories is going further on, and Ludwig and I talked about it because there's so many people who want to tell their stories, and we want to give them maybe a stage here in this kind of little studio we have. And so after the Berlin Design Week, we are talking about what we can learn from this week. And so there's always a way to see each other again. And I will work on artort.tv as well, because there's a lot of work to do. Okay, Chang, nice to have you here.
Thank you very much. Can I say it in Korean? 감사합니다. und 사랑해요. 전부 다 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
All right.
Okay, this was South Korean, and I'm sure we are now at the end of the show, because the best was calling us, and there are no other questions. Maybe there's a information for you, Ludwig. Oops, yes, this. Changa. You don't need a beauty filter. Yeah, that's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay. There, Chang, you very much. Okay, this is a nice ending. Tomorrow, see you again, and hopefully without any thunder and internet loss, interruptions or losses. Gamu, we see you on the weekend. You said, yeah, that's great. And Ludwig, tomorrow, I'm happy to see you without any kind of filter, because we know you don't need one.
Yeah, and tomorrow Urs will be with us from Switzerland.
Okay.
That's
very important, because yesterday it was such a fight between him and Sophia about where the chocolate is from. So hopefully he was watching the whole show yesterday, so he knows everything, and he can tell us tomorrow what his conclusions are. Okay, ladies and gentlemen out there, thank you for watching, and sorry for some different show like we did it. And Lutz Freier saying good night, and we say Lutz Freier good night too. And see you soon. Good night. Limo Keys from Berlin and Chris are also here, and from Cologne, Chang 13 again. Yeah. To the people, good night. And how is this show called? And and we see you tomorrow at 2021, the time of the year. Okay, good night.
Good night.